Good day, folks. Welcome to a Florida Cemetery channel. I'm a Florida Golden Girl, your host. Today's travel adventure takes me to St. Augustine, Florida. Folks, we're going to be looking at another local cemetery. The name of this cemetery is the Pinehurst and San Sebastian cemeteries. And this is one of Florida's oldest African American cemeteries. So this sign reads that this is an early segregated burial site for African Americans in Florida with graves dating back to the 1880s. Carved chains on headstones indicate that this person was born a slave. Adornments of shells and planted ferns are left as memorials. Let's go and pay our respects. As I mentioned, folks, anything with this belongs to a family. So, Henry McRae, 1876 to 1933. This is a very nice cemetery. Very, very nice. It's right on the way home. So this is John Jenkins, 1871 to 1933, and his wife died in 1932. So, and if I go to the right, there are some early graves here. Mary Shade, 1870 to 1911. So you have Macmillan, and then you have Marguerite, who died in 1949. And then you have Lottie Nixon, 1948. Ida Maple died in 1892. It's a very nice headstone. And then you can tell there's just a lot of history here. This is in loving May of Jessie May Eubanks. And then the Reverend Anthony Eubanks died in 1951. Lots of above ground graves, folks. Now, this indicates that he is a veteran. And so he's a World War II veteran and died in 1957. William Laws died in 1913. Mary Moody, her grave is all buried through time. Thomas Suggs died in 1946. And if I climb this little thing right here, it says, in memory of Mabel, laid at rest. Minnie Jones died in 1902. Antonia Howard died in 1904. Our Uncle George Jackson died in 1913. That indicated that he was born a slave, but died a free man. God bless him. So you have one here, Philip Coleman, who died in 1917, and he was also born a slave, and he died a free man. See the ankles, the shackles right there. So Mary Ham died in 1932. And then Emily McCracken died in 1914. Did you see that? We have a civil war. Can you just imagine that? Oh my gosh. Sanderson. There's nothing. He's just Civil War. Irene Phelps, 1906. She's only 3 years old. So you have 103rd USC. I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't give birth dates or anything. A lot of that is a lot of people unmarked graves. It's really not a safe place, folks. The neighborhood's not that best. So that's why I wanted to kind of get in and get out, but be able to still do this justice. See, look at that. I don't know if that's vandals or what. It goes all the way back over there. You have James Henry Newman. He died in 1912, and then his wife died in 1913. That's a very nice headstone. I like that. And then died 1912. Emma Brown. Maggie Hearn. She was 64. You have another Confederate grave here. You got a couple of them. Okay, so he's World War II, my mistake. And he died in 1986. His wife died in 2010. And then Moses Henderson is a member of Silver Leaf Lodge, and he died in 1911. $35. John Statman died in 1918. Richard McKinney, 1917. That's a beautiful headstone. Now see, I don't know if that many died in 1926. Do you see that, folks? I don't know if that tumbled over. You see, it just goes all the way back there. I think what it is 2 cemeteries in one. We'll go and look at a few more there, and then we're going to call it a day. And these are mostly military. I look ahead, and I see another World War II veteran, and he died in 1981. Connie Glover. You see all those over here. There's such history, you know, there's such history in every cemetery I have visited. And folks, I have been to quite a few. I have found that there's a lot of cemeteries in St. Augustine. I'm trying to think, how many are there? 20, I think. So this is Fanny Carter, and she is the wife of Reverend Samuels, and she died in 1926. It's such a cool day out. But so I'm on the edge of the cemetery and I'm making my way back. I didn't go all the way to the back because that's really, I'm with my co-host / sidekick, since he does not like cemeteries like he did before, and I think I've explained the reason why. You have George Harris, died in 1916. Lots of early 20th century. And then you've got Maddie, his wife. She died in 1916. And then here's one here. Mary Simpson, 1878 to 1927. I think I've seen, there's what, 3 of them? One, 2, and then 3. They're marked by a flag. But anyway, folks, I'm just trying to see if there's any more before we get off, before we leave. 1915. Oh crap, sorry about that. And so we went all the way down and then over that way. But I think Pinehurst and San Sebastian are 2 cemeteries combined into one. I'll put more history about the cemetery in the description box below. But that's going to do it for today's adventure. I want to thank you for coming along with me on this tour to another local cemetery here in a different city. I'm in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. And I want to thank you for coming along with me today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next travel adventure. So long for now.